Hi, I'm Anne, the Black Wind Psychic. I am a psychic medium. I channel energies and messages, and I use tarot cards. Sorry, I was adjusting my electric blanket. And I use tarot cards, but I am not a traditional tarot card reader. And it's important to know that not all tarot card readers are psychic. As well, not all psychics are mediums, and there's some mediums who don't have psychic abilities. So I'm going to shuffle my cards and do a short general reading. If you would like a private reading, then email me. My email is in the description. Email me and we will schedule a reading for you. But before I start, I want to thank everyone that has subscribed. I thank you for watching my videos. I thank you for the kind and loving comments. Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay. All right. So all right, I've done, all right, so I have encountered a few people along my path recently who have told me that they are wanting to or feeling that they're healers. And I think, okay, so first of all, when someone tells me that they want to be a healer, you can't like be a healer. Like, it's not a Halloween costume that you put on. Healers are, they're angelic beings. First of all, they're angelic beings, and real healers, what they do is very spontaneous, and it is, yeah, it's a divine energy. So, so people that, like, put a label on themselves as like, I'm a healer, come to me, I'm a healer. I think they have like certain modalities, and I think that it's admirable and that they do good things, and they enlighten and inspire and encourage others to heal themselves. Because let's say if your vibration is high and you hold someone's hand, that it encourages that person that you're holding their hand to raise their vibration, and in the raising of their vibration, then a healing can occur, but it's not necessarily that person with the higher vibration. It has to do with the person that needs the healing. So I have a short example of what a healer is. A healer is very spontaneous. A healer does not tell people that they're a healer. They don't. That's like a mediocre basketball player tells people what a great basketball player but they are. But an exceptional basketball player, like, I'm sure like some of the ones that are really good, other people tell them how great they are. So yeah, I'm just running across a lot of like, not delusional people, but if you feel like you want to be a healer, then heal yourself. Heal yourself. Because, okay, so here's my short story of what a healer is. So, a very dear friend of mine is a healer. She is. She doesn't tell anyone she's a healer. She doesn't tell anyone. She doesn't put a sign out. She doesn't say, like, she doesn't plaster it across her chest or her forehead or anything. She doesn't say, I'm a healer. But she can heal, and she does, and it's very spontaneous. And I would say it's a calling, and when she's called upon to do it, she graciously does it. And let me give you an example. So about a week or so ago, she told me that she was trying to sell a car, and someone came to her house to look at the car, and to try to take advantage of her, he lifted up the hood, like unplugged some like fuses or whatever, and rendered the car almost like, you know, so that it wouldn't start or anything, and so he could buy the car for like, you know, way less than what she wanted. So she asked him to leave, and then she went and got her car fixed, which was just super simple, just plugging the fuses back in. But and she got the man's the plate number or whatever, and she's not comfortable with like making a police report. It's not something that she wanted to do. But her guides said so this is before she got her car fixed. Her guide said, you must go to the police department and make a police report, and then right thereafter, because the car was driving, but not very well. It wasn't going over 30 miles an hour. So, but her guide said you have to go and make a police report, and then after you make the police report, take it to this oil change place, and your car will be immediately fixed. And so because she's humble, and she exercises humility, and she has complete faith in her guides, she did exactly what they said. She did exactly what she said. And she's very uncomfortable with the police, like extremely uncomfortable. Didn't want to do it, didn't want to go, none of that. But she didn't question, she went, and even like she told me, even when she was in the parking lot, she was like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, I'm not comfortable, I don't want to go in, I don't want to file a police report, I don't. But her guide said, go in there, make a police report, and then your car you will take your car here, and it'll instantly be fixed. And so in faith, she went into the police department. She made a report that she didn't want to do. She was talking to one police officer, and she made the report, didn't want to do it, was not what she wanted to do. That's just not who she is. But then, as she told me, as she was sitting there, she saw out of the corner of her eye, there were like 6 or 7 men like standing in like a circle. And she just noticed out of the corner of her eye and she was like, oh, I see why I'm here. Because she was there. She was there because she needed to be there, because she's a healer. And so the divine, or her guides, or whomever it is that she works with, they told her to go there. They didn't tell her why she was going there. But when she saw this particular person, she knew why she was there. But she wouldn't have, that's not a place she would have ever gone. And so at that moment, when she looked over and saw that person, she knew what was going on. And so her energy of just being there, because she is a healer, I won't go into the details of that, but that's a healer. That is a healer. It is a calling. It is a spontaneous calling. It has nothing to do with your ego. It has nothing to do with your ego. And to end that short story, she, finished up what she was doing. She was there. There was a purpose for her being there. And as she left, she got into her car that was only going 30 miles an hour, went to the shop that her guides told her to. They lifted up the hood, and it was fixed in less than 2 minutes. And her car was almost like it was rendered like not even usable, like it wouldn't go over 30 miles an hour. So that is a healer. And I'm not going to share with you like the situation of, but there was someone at this police station that clearly, and I'm telling you this, is that clearly needed their energy shifted, needed a healing, because she is a healer. and her energy of what she operates from her love space, and she resonates with the divine. So just the her presence there, it rendered a healing. So, and that's what a healer is. A healer is, it's unseen. It is completely minus ego. It has nothing to do with ego. It is, again, it is very unseen, it's very spontaneous, and it is a divine calling, and it is a divine, it is divinely led and divinely orchestrated. And it is only done by people who are higher vibrational, that reverently just go when they're called. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's what that is. Okay. All right, so I'm going to shuffle my cards and do a short general reading. Okay. Oh, and that's so sweet. That is my favorite card in the whole entire deck, because that is, as far as like human beings go, that is just the rawest part of a human being, in that is a one human being taking care of another. That's what that is. It's a human, it is allowing oneself to care for and nurture someone else over your own wants and needs. And it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen that often at all. Okay. Oh my gosh. And that's the moon. That is dark, ethereal energy. Like the moon like shows up, typically it shows up behind you, especially for the starseeds and the sweet healers and earth angels. It comes in like as such a protective property. Yeah, that's really nice. It's really nice that it comes in. Really nice. Okay. All right, so, oh, and there are some truths that want to be revealed. I feel like I said enough of the truth about yeah. A true healer is, yeah, it is quite rare. Like, and again, like, yeah, I have many stories about real healers that have done miraculous things. I do. And bless you if you want to channel through yourself or your body or your soul, like certain modalities to enlighten people and inspire people and push people and encourage people to become healthier and live longer and heal themselves. But yeah, and this may piss a few people off, I'm sure it will, but healers, like real spontaneous healers, don't tell people that they're healers. They don't. And two things. Because the reason I don't tell people that they're healers is because of their resonance and their relationship with entities from with God. Actually, I did a reading for a person today that said that they wanted to be a healer, and this person was unclear about like the relationship that him or her had with entities or energies or what. And if you want to, if there's something inside of you that says that you want to be a healer, that's nice. But that's your soul speaking to you and saying that you need to heal more, So that's what that is. Again, like, it might piss a few people off, and that is not my intention. It is not my intention. But if you have a desire to heal others, heal yourself. Heal yourself. And then perhaps perhaps you will become a spontaneous healer. But heal yourself. Heal yourself. Okay, so this is antagonistic energy, and we already have the moon and the truth and and my favorite. So, all right, hang on. Let's see what else comes out. And that's the truth. Okay. Yeah. And I have an understanding that some of what I say maybe stings a little bit for some people, but yeah. There's just a lot of things that my ears hear that are just, it's not what it is. It's not what it is. We live in an upside down world. You were told that the light is the dark and the dark is the light. I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh. I did a whole video on that series, Stranger Things. There were so many things in that series that just, that was the controllers trying to tell everyone, what's going on. Because according to the rules, the universal rules, they have to somehow tell you what they're doing. They have to. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, and that's the devil. That's a card that holds space for the devil. And that, again, you were lied to about what that is. You were completely lied to about what that is. That is dark, ethereal, passionate, sensual. Oh my goodness. Like the wonderful, kinetic, supportive, protective energy. That is fabulous. And this, oh my gosh, yay, here we go. It's getting good now. That is an empress. That is a sweet earth angel. That is like a starseed or a divine feminine female who resonates in a heart space. She typically, she can be a healer, but the spontaneous healers that I'm talking about that are divinely led to go someplace and heal, like what I'm talking about, that is a very rare person. That's very, very rare. That's a chosen person. That's a chosen person. That's a starseed, earth angel. That's a chosen person. That is a chosen person that is protected by all realms. Yeah, and best not fuck with that person. Seriously, that person, highly, highly, highly protected. That person is as much, and that person is dangerous too. And we can talk about that another time, but yeah, that person is extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Yep. She's extremely dangerous. That's what that is, and that's the truth. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And the reason that I'll tell you this, the reason that she's dangerous is because she has access to, energies and entities, and she is loved by energies and entities, and she resonates with them. And she has full access to a lot of things that humans just don't have access to. So then that's not like a made up fantasy thing. That's a real thing. Okay, so let's see what comes out tonight. Okay, so that is the High Priestess. That is a divine feminine female, like an earth angel, could be a spontaneous healer that typically is shunned, ridiculed, mocked, taken advantage of, made fun of, shunned, did I say shunned, or like just shit on. And so the reason that she's an earth angel, but she is heavily supported by all realms, including the underworld. And so, and she's typically like alone, And so she has complete balance of her masculine and feminine, because it's a feminine and there's no masculine to take care of her. Like that one, that my favorite card that came out, that is just a sweet take like someone taking care of you. There's nothing better than someone taking care of you, and someone wanting to take care of you, someone wanting to make sure that you are taken care of. There's nothing better than that. But that's who comes out. It's the High Priestess. And yeah, good things are coming to her. That is fulfillment. That's winning the lottery. That is her receiving what it is that she deserves, like what it is, that energy, like reciprocal energy that she has coming to her. That's what that is. Yeah, because for a divine feminine female to be in her High Priestess energy, this is hard work. She has done her due diligence. She has, again, I was speaking to someone today who I was trying to explain to her how to become higher vibrational. And sometimes to become higher vibrational, sometimes you have to lose sleep. Sometimes you have to prove through your energy to ethereal, like higher vibrational, more ascended beings that you can do it. Sometimes you have to prove that you can do it. There's like blood, sweat, and tears, and blood, sweat, and tears. Like sometimes you have to work so hard and lose so much sleep that you don't have time to take a shower. You don't have time to take your clothes. Sometimes you have to work your 3D, like your human vessel. Sometimes you have to work it to exhaustion because of the distractions and delays and the division that are instilled in us, because we are riddled with, soda pop, alcohol, vaping, marijuana, processed food, rotting flesh, dairy, sugar. We're inundated with all these things that make us stuck and stagnant and stupid, so that our engine, which is here, barely runs. And so of course, when it is just, and it is, if it's running or it's barely idling, it's impossible for you to become higher vibrational. It's just not possible. It's not possible. So sometimes to become higher vibrational, you have to force your body to overexert itself and to the point of exhaustion, so that so that you can become higher vibrational. It's almost like you have to break through like a glass ceiling as far as what has been given us, because again, that's what the controllers know, how to keep us stuck and stagnant and stupid. And it is in these awful relationships and like eating gas station